Welcome to JRTV. Now we can discuss about epilepsy. Epilepsy is a clinical condition in which there will be benign growth in between the interdental spaces of gingival tissue in a pebble form. It will be in the form of pea seed size or pebble shape growth from the interdental gingival tissue will proliferate like a pebble, and it will bleed in pregnancy women. Most commonly, epilepsy condition will be seen in pregnant women. So the gingival growth will be there will be a single proliferation of gingival growth in pebble form, and there will be during brushing the patient will complaining of profuse bleeding from the this epilepsy or gingival growth. So this condition is very common in pregnant women because there will be morning sickness, there will be vomiting sensation at the time of doing brushing in the morning time. So in this condition, the oral hygiene, the pregnant woman can't maintain hygienic oral conditions. So sometimes while doing brushing, there will be profuse bleeding from the epilepsy, this gingival growth. So this can be cured because easily we can incise and cut the benign growth of this epilepsy from gingival tissue. So there won't be any extra growth because all epilepsy is a benign growth. We can cut and remove this growth from the maxillary jaw or mandibular gingival interdental spaces. So if there is any chronic irritant like tartar or peel of apple in between the gingival crevices, or there will be any tartar or calculus or any food debris in between the any fibrous deposit in between the interdental spaces or in the gingival crevices, the gingival tissue will proliferate like a button mushroom, and there will be high reach of blood circulation to this particular epilepsy. So epilepsy can be cured and we can remove by doing minor operation by scalpel blade. We cut the epilepsy growth by simple incision and removal. So this is very common in pregnant women, and this will be cured, and at the time of doing brushing, there will be profuse bleeding from the mouth. So pregnant women will afraid of this bleeding from the mouth because of this growth may occur in the palatal area, labial surface, lingual surface, or occlusal the lingual surface in the mandibular area, palatal surface in the maxillary area, or buccal surface, or angle of the mouth, because at the canine area some patients will have this epilepsy growth. So the orofacial surgeon will incise and remove this extra growth of this gingival tissue by chronic irritation, by calculus or tartar or peel of any apple residue in between the gingival crevices. So it can be cured and there won't be any recurrence of growth furtherly in pregnant women. So epilis is a benign growth from the interdental gingival tissue, or it will grow from the crevices of this gingival tissue. So the growth will be the growth won't proliferate furtherly, because it is just like a pea seed and rich of granulation tissue, and there will be profuse blood circulation to that particular epilis. And in some psychic patients, they will take anti-psychic medication. So there will be gingival growth hypertrophy, gingival hypertrophy, epileptic patients and psychic patients and convulsion patients, they are used to take anti-convulsive drugs. So in these cases, there will be profuse fibrosis of gingival tissue, and it will cover all the mandibular teeth and premolars and incisors and canines on both the right side and left side, and upper jaw and lower jaw fully covered with fibrous gingival tissue, and it will fully covered by fibrous hyperfibrosis or hypertrophy of gingival tissue because of this medicine, anti-convulsive drugs, anti-epileptic drugs, and anti-depressants also sometimes hypertrophy of this gingival tissue. And there will be the hygiene of the oral cavity will be difficult to maintain in hygienic conditions. There will be difficulty in brushing because all the buccal surface, labial surface, lingual surface, palatal surface, occlusal surface, incisal surface, and cuspal edges, incisal edges fully covered with fibrosis of gum tissue. So the patient will complaining of difficulty in brushing of teeth because the teeth won't visible and it will be fully covered with this hypertrophy of gingival tissue or fibrosis of maxillary gingival tissue and mandibular gingival tissue on upside and downside also. So in these cases, the periodontal surgical periodontist minimally invasive surgery, periodontist can cut the gingival tissue and flap surgeries according to the situation and condition of the patient, because the patient coming with cardiac problems, first we have to control the hypertensive cases and any hemophilia patients also we should give medication, and in diabetics also we have to control the sugar levels. Then after we have to do this gingivectomy on labial side, buccal side on both side, and palatal side, and lower buccal side, mandibular and lingual side, and labial side, and palatal side, and this side we will cut the gingival tissue, and the teeth will be visible, and after that we will give some slots for after every 15 days the patient should visit dentist, and the dentist will clean all the all the surfaces of teeth, occlusal, buccal, labial, lingual, palatal, incisal, interdental spaces, and this gingival crevices also with cavitron, the physical vibrations of particles of matter. By he will use the aerosol spray in the with aseptic precautions, because he will add mouthwashes, Listerine or Hexidine or Betadine or like that Colgate. So many mouthwashes available in the market. According to dilution, he will dilute the mouthwash and he will clean all the oral cavity in a healthy and energetic and oxygenated condition, because so many upper respiratory tract infections and lung infections will be close related with condition of the oral cavity hygiene. Condition of oral cavity hygiene will be related with upper respiratory tract infections, even lung infections also. If you keep your oral cavity in good and healthy and energetic and oxygenated condition, you don't have repeated lung infections, you don't have, you never get upper respiratory tract sore throat or streptococcus infections or staphylococcus infections frequently, because the oral cavity will have so many useful bacteria and useful bacteria to keep your mouth in healthy conditions, and salivary juice will be ejected out from the salivary duct, and simultaneously there will be harmful bacteria in oral cavity which will enhance the upper respiratory tract infections, sore throat and streptococcus infections and staphylococcus infections very frequently, even peritonsillar abscess and acute peritonsillar infections and chronic peritonsillar infections also. There will be quinsy sometimes. If you want to keep your oral cavity in healthy conditions, so much of bad odor, halitosis may leads to peritonsillar abscess or quinsy. There will be profuse swelling on either right tonsil or left tonsil with oozing of purulent exudate from the peritonsillar area may leads to severe pain in the throat. While the patient will complaining of difficulty in deglutition, difficulty in breathing, and difficulty in swallowing of liquid food also, or hard consistency food also. So this quinsy can be cured by taking this salt water gargling, because we have to take hot water. In that hot water we have to add surplus of salt, so that the salinity, the saline condition, the sodium chloride hyper sodium chloride solution will regurgitate, it will clean, it will soothe the peritonsillar area, and it will drain that pus and purulent exudate by doing this gargling. So small children, they don't have the practice of gargling, so you have to consult ENT surgeon immediately. But adults can do this gargling exercise to soothe the this upper respiratory tract bronchus at nasopharyngeal junction can be clean up with this high salinity water by adding so much of sodium chloride in hot water can soothe the sore throat, and there will be immediate recovery within 24 hours, because morning lunch hour and dinner we have to do this goggling exercise, so that it can be very useful for this upper respiratory tract infections and infections at nasopharyngeal. So upper respiratory tract infections can be minimized by doing this salt water goggling thoroughly 3 times or 4 times in a day, so that there won't be any deposition of food particles to the crevices that peritonsillar area, because the surface of tonsillar left tonsil or right tonsil or adenoids will be rough, because there will be crevices up and downs like uneven surface. So it will catch the sticky food, it will catch the sweetener, it will catch the oily food, and it will catch food particles very easily for children and even adults also. So throat goggling at the throat area will minimize upper respiratory tract infections, even lung infections also, so that we can clean our oral cavity in healthy conditions. If you keep your oral cavity in healthy conditions, you can escape these peritonsillar infections, upper respiratory tract infections, and acute and chronic lung infections furtherly. So thank you so much for watching JRTV. Please press bell button so that every update from JRTV will be updated to you. Please comment on uploading videos, so that your comments are our best stimulations, your comments are our best energizers, your comments are our best extra added supporting words to JRTV channel, your comments are extra added backbone to JRTV channel. Please share it in your big friend circle, please share it in your big family circle, please share it in your big student circle, please share it in your big international clientele circle, so that every update from JRTV will be updated to them. Thank you so much for watching JRTV, signing off.